Hey everyone, Val here. And we have our first tag of the year. And we were tagged. This is a new way they're doing tags this year. It's called Tagless Tuesdays. But this is their New Year's tag. And so I'm going to have a link to everybody's channel in the description box below that is doing the tags. And we can tag anybody we want to tag. So I'm going to tag the normal people that I tag. And anybody else who wants to do it, just go ahead and do it. Let me know you've done it. I'll go by your channel and check it out. So this is the New Year's tag. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So question number one, and excuse us because our throats are kind of a little sore here. But what was the single best thing that happened this past year? I have a couple.
Go ahead.
All right, so this past year we went red fishing in Hilton Head, and I caught, he did too, but my very first fish that was 35 pounds or more, a redfish, and then we caught several more of them. So that was one of the single best things. Also last year I turned 60, so I had a birthday party at the house with a lot of friends and family members, and then one of the biggest, I think, best things that happened is we got our kitchen remodeled, and that was a big accomplishment, and I was so glad to have it done. It was the room that needed the most work, I think, and it still has a little bit left to go because we kind of cut it off at my birthday and said we're not doing anything else. So we still have some tweaking left to do on it and a little bit of painting and stuff. But we got the major part of the kitchen done. So I know it said one single best thing, but there were a couple of good things last year.
Yeah.
So what do you got?
Single best thing that happened last year?
Uh-huh. I made him think about it and put his own answers down.
That was one of the ones I didn't get finished. But the kitchen is a good thing, but I wouldn't say it's the single best thing that happened to me last year. That happened to me, right?
Yeah.
Can I say the
Yes.
years behind me? Can I say
Yeah.
that?
Whatever you want to say.
The year's over and it's behind us, and only looking forward to a great 2022.
I hope so. Alright, so question number 2. What was the single most challenging thing that happened last year?
For me, it's going to be the rear ending that I've had, and I've been dealing with that shoulder injury ever since. So that's been really challenging. Not only at home, but also at work.
Alright, so I'm just going to say the most challenging thing, I think, for me was probably the kitchen, trying to get everything coordinated, trying to get the appliances in, figuring out what was coming in when, and trying to get everything coordinated and done before my birthday, before the party. I think that was pretty challenging.
Unexpected joy.
Question number 3. What was an unexpected joy this past year? Oh, you're waiting for me?
Yeah.
For me, the only thing I can think of for unexpected joy was at Christmas time. We had a Christmas gathering at work, very small gathering at work, and the operations team was given new cars, and they gave us a really nice bonus. So it was kind of unexpected, but nice.
Unexpected joy. The only thing I could come up with is, I'm sure it's something Valerie did for me that caused me joy. I'm not sure. So that's the only
So
thing
you
I had.
gotta come up with something.
Something Valerie did for me. How's that?
I ain't done nothing for him. Unexpected joy. I gave him time to think of answers.
She did, but that was just one that I just drew a blank on. That's why I said it's got to be something Valerie did. She's the only one I really hang out with.
That's not true.
Who do I hang out with?
You hang out with a lot of people. Thomas and all the neighbors.
Yeah.
Number 4. What's an unexpected obstacle that you've had this past year?
Not being able to move the dirt outside after the crawl space because of the injury I had. I wasn't expecting that obstacle.
You weren't moving the dirt.
I was going to shovel it all into a wheelbarrow and move it, but it's not.
Oh, you mean under the bedroom area?
Yeah. I didn't get to
Because we had people that were doing the foundation work.
I didn't get to finish it, so
It is what it is now.
it's going to be harder now. Well, I'm still going to move some dirt out, but it's just going to be a little more time consuming and take longer. Maybe I'm going to have to start doing like they did in the Great Escape movie. You ever see that movie?
I don't think so.
Where they were building tunnels in the prison camp, and they had to think of ways to dispose of the dirt. That's a good movie.
Unexpected obstacle. That was one that I had trouble with. Unexpected obstacle. And the only, I don't know, I didn't have a whole lot of obstacles, I guess, personally, but my children lost their father this past year, and I guess dealing with some of the emotions of that with the children, that was kind of a little bit of an obstacle for a little while, but I can't really think of any other instance where there may have been an obstacle for me. The year's gone by relatively smooth, I guess. I don't know. So there's a lot that I could say, but we're not going to say what we think of last year. I'm just glad it's done. We'll put it that way. All right, question number 5. Pick 3 words to describe this past year. I use, for me personally, because I'm going for personal, not just, describing the year in a whole, but for me, it was a productive year in work and around the house. We got a lot accomplished. We got a foundation on our house. We got new kitchen and dining room. I mean, we really got a lot accomplished in the house. So productive is one word. A milestone, I turned 60. I think that's another word. And then I put a lot of focus on missions this year. So I'm going to use the word mission-oriented because I wanted to put more focus on missions, and I want to do that again this coming year because not being down in Chesterfield with the church anymore and not feeling part of their missions as much as I did before, I want to step out on my own now and work my own missions projects. So I think missions oriented, productive, milestone, those are my 3 words.
Well, there were disappointments. It's been challenging, and there's been times where it's been stressful.
Yeah, that's true. Question number 6. What were the 3 best books you read this year?
The 3 best?
3 best books.
I thought it was just the best book.
It says, what were the best books? Oh, I'm sorry. What were the best books you read this year?
Well, not been a whole lot of reading this year, so the first one would be the Bible. The second one would be this book, The Last Book of Herbal Remedies. And that'd be it.
All right, hang on. I got to get my book. The Bible, of course, being number 1, because we do Tuesday night Bible study via Zoom from our back porch with about 12 to 15 people, depending how many people show up. But it's every Tuesday night. So I read the Bible during the week to get the class study stuff together. So, yes, the Bible's number 1. We're trying to go through the entire Bible. So, book number 2 is Dino. And Dino was written by Leah and her brother Eric over at Huckleberry Holler is the name of their channel. And you can get the book on Amazon.
It's not autographed. Why is it not autographed?
Because I bought it off Amazon and she hasn't been up to visit me yet. But this is Leah's book. Shout out to Leah. All right, this is a good little book. I bought a copy from my mom and sent it up to my mom too, and I bought a copy for my daughter. So support fellow YouTubers. Buy Dino. But those are really I don't read. I really don't read, except for the Bible. I read my Bible. So that's my 2 books. Question number 7. Who were your most valuable relationships with this past year? And I know we're going to say each other, but you know, everybody says their spouses, their family, their children.
Kids.
We got to
kids, mother, fathers,
pick
brothers,
up something,
sisters.
pick something else besides family, because everybody says family.
Now she's telling me how to answer it.
Well, that's what everybody's going to say. Family.
That's what the question is. Who were your most valuable relationships?
Well, that's always your most valuable every year. Should be your family and
Friends.
your spouse and your friends.
Well, that takes care of it. Those are your most valuable relationships. What else is there?
I have my missions contact people that I've gotten to know this year. The ladies from the Heart Stitchers, the lady over at the church that in Richmond that we are doing the port pillows and the little bat.
I'll go ahead and add,
from
on top of friends, I'll add neighbors. How's that?
neighbors. Within the because of this past snowstorm, but that's not last year. That's this year.
So my answer is going to be wife, kids, grandkids, mother, father, brother, sisters, friends, neighbors, and
Thomas and Kim Green.
Friends. Those are friends. I mean, what you want me to actually name people?
Well, yeah, because they might be watching and they can know how valuable they are to us. Hi, Thomas and Kim. Hi, Leah and Chris.
He's at the ice cream machine.
They're on a cruise.
He's at the ice cream machine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to miss anybody either.
You know, I'm really bummed out about that. But whatever.
Yeah. Well, that is what it is.
That's some of the disappointments from last year.
Yeah. That's kind of an answer to another question.
Anyway.
All right, so what was the biggest personal change from January to December? I don't know that I changed.
Have not had one yet, so.
From last year? From January last year till December last year? I haven't really had any big major changes. My life is very busy at work, and I don't have time to really do too much else. So
I guess the biggest personal change for me is I'm not able to do the things that I just want to go do.
yeah, I have no limitations. So
That would be the biggest personal changes, some of the limitations that I have now. But other than that, I don't think I'm personal. I don't know. Next.
Number 9, what was your most challenging part of your work, professionally or at home? I think mine is just finding time to do stuff. It's just like I have so many things I want to do, and it doesn't seem like enough time. Stay very, very, very busy at work, so there's not a minute to even take a break. You know, I eat lunch while I'm working, and just try to get as much done. You can never get caught up ever. And at home, it's just, you know, my lists. I have lists every day. I have to, you know, get up, go grocery shopping. There's always something to do. So that would be my answer for that. Just finding time to relax, I think. I mean, I get stuff done that I want to do, like my crafting and stuff like that, but I always have something to do. I don't read my answer.
I'm not reading the answer. I'm reading the question.
Oh. The most challenging part of your work or home?
Professionally?
Professionally or at home?
I don't know what I'd go with professionally because I can't. Sound like a broken record. I guess just not being able to get everything done that I want to get done or need to get done. Those are the biggest challenges.
Yeah, our lists are long, y'all. We have a long list of stuff we want to do. We're just never going to get it done. Alright, question number 10. What was the biggest thing you learned this past year?
The biggest thing that I learned was when we had the crawl space enclosed, and that is to realize that you get what you pay for, and you need to be really articulate when you deal with these people, the contractors, because there are things that for me I would have just, if I was doing the work, I wouldn't have left the job the way that these people left the job. For instance, their trash, they left their trash all around. They took stuff apart and they didn't put it back together, and it just, you know, the way they just, I don't know. You get what you pay for.
Of course, we're in a remote area, so it's hard to get anybody to do anything to start with. So you're kind of stuck with what you got available to you, too. So.
Yeah, but I'll never use them again, and I'll never recommend them.
I think I learned that things are subject to change. That things are not always going to be as you plan. That the best plans can be broken, but that's not always a bad thing. I think we got 3 cruises canceled last year because of
disappointments.
Yeah, disappointments. It's like we wanted to go to the Bahamas just to get some diving in. We haven't been diving in a year, which, you know, we usually go every year. First of all, they canceled the diving on the cruise, and then they weren't going to go out of Baltimore, so they canceled the cruise. And the one in April was already canceled. We had rebooked it again. And then challenges with the one in January. I don't even know that I want to be on a cruise right now with, you know, the way the COVID is, and I hear that some cruise ships are having COVID on them. It's a lot of people packed in a little bit of area. So we've decided to change what we did for our time off, our vacation time, which we ended up going to Hilton Head instead and going fishing, which turned out to be a very nice trip. We had fun. We caught a lot of fish, and
it wasn't crowded.
Yeah, and it wasn't crowded. We got to stay, you know, by ourselves and not in the groups of people, and really had a good time. For both times that we ended up going down there, both cruises that got canceled, In January, we were supposed to be on a cruise with Thomas and Kim. We have backed out of that. And we have another vacation that's a little safer planned. And I'm going to tell you about that on a live stream. Not sure, one night coming up soon, because the vacation's coming up. And I wanted to give you all a heads up on where we're going on that one. But it's going to be fun. I mean, it's coming close, and I think it's going to be real. And it's going to happen. So, I mean, there was disappointment when these trips got canceled. But, you know, things can change, and you can change where you're going to go or what you're going to do. And that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It just means things changed. There's a lot of things going on in the world that are changes. You got to pray a lot. That's all. I mean, we just pray a lot. So that was, I guess, the biggest thing I learned. We have to depend on God more. That's another thing I learned. We're going through some crazy stuff right now, and we got to give it all to God and trust God with it. So I think that's my lessons. God is in control. It's not us. We don't control anything.
Yeah, I already knew that.
Yeah, I mean, but
That's what that little plaque says in my bathroom.
I know, but it kind of this year has pointed it out to us, really, like slap in the face. So that was my things. Any other comments about this past year? I can say the year sucked, but there was a lot of good stuff in the year too. So, I mean, you make it what it is. You can sit back and feel sorry for yourself, or you can try to go with the flow and make things work for however they're going to work out. I mean, that's how the year was for me. Yeah, no other comments. Alright, so that's the tag. Anybody that wants to do it, leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know you did the tag. I'll go to your channel and watch it. If you're not a subscriber, you want to subscribe, hit that button down there. Give us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment so I remember to go check out your channels. Have a blessed 2022, and we'll catch you all on the next tag. Bye.
Bye, Val.
Bye, Steve.